Places to know, page 249. You know that a grocery store is a market where you can buy things. But did you know that a street can be a market? A big building can be a market. A city can be a market. And even a boat can be a market. Read the next few pages and you will find out about some famous markets. La Grande Place, Fulton Fish Market, in Bangkok, floating. It's a floating market in Bangkok. Most trading in Timbuktu is done during the cooler parts of the day. It's Timbuktu. A trader leads his camels across the desert to Timbuktu in Mali, Africa. The camel and the canoe. If you hear someone say, "From here to Timbuktu," he means far away. Timbuktu means like a made-up name, but there really is such a place. Timbuktu is a trading center in the country of Mali in Western Africa. It's near the south end of the Sahara Desert. Timbuktu is sometimes called the meeting point of the camel and the canoe. Every year in the months of March and June, great camel caravans come into Timbuktu. The people in the caravans come from many places to trade goods with one another. Then, when they have traded all they can, they take what's left to the banks of the Niger River. That's when they use canoes. The canoes carry the goods to other parts of Africa. Timbuktu isn't what it used to be. At one time, it was the chief trading center in Western Africa, but now it is more a military and medical center and a center for Muslim learning. Yeah, remember that? They used to say if we didn't behave, they were going to boot our asses from here to Timbuktu. You did? Yeah, me too. Yeah, I know, we got older and realized it was a real place. Yeah, you always thought it was just a saying for far away. I'm gonna kick your ass far away from here. And it's a real place. Go figure. It's a street market. Piccadilly Circus in London, England. Piccadilly. No, it's Piccadilly, Polkadilly. Names that fool you. Is there a circus in Piccadilly? Sorry, the lighting and it's slanted. The phone's in my way sometimes. I'm doing the best I can. Is there a circus in Piccadilly Circus or a garden in Covent Garden? Are there petticoats all over Petticoat Lane or tin pans in Tin Pan Alley? There is a circus in Piccadilly Circus, but it's not the kind of circus you're thinking of. Circus can mean a round, open area, and Piccadilly Circus is a round, open area that used to be on the outskirts of London, England. Now, it is the center of one of London's fashionable shopping areas. There used to be a garden in Covent Garden. It was part of Westminster Abbey, but now Covent Garden is the chief marketplace for vegetables, fruits, and flowers in London. It opens early in the morning, and by noon almost everything is sold. You may be able to buy a petticoat in Petticoat Lane. It is an open street market where you can buy and see almost any kind of goods. People come from all over the world to buy and sell things. The market is especially crowded on Sunday mornings. Petticoat Lane is really Middlesex Street in London. There are no tin pan alleys in Tin Pan Alley. Oh, there are no tin pans in Tin Pan Alley. Tin Pan Alley is an area in New York City where song publishers have their offices. If you have a song to sell, Tin Pan Alley is the place to try to sell it. At one time, you could hear so many people playing pianos that sounded tinny that people named the area Tin Pan Alley. Merchandise in the market. Merchandise is another word for things you can buy, and mart is another word for a place where you can buy those things. Put the two words together and you have the name of the largest commercial building in the world, the Merchandise Market in Chicago, Illinois. The mart is so big that you'd have to roller skate around 2 city blocks just to go around it once. And if there weren't elevators, you'd have to walk up 25 flights of stairs to get to the tower in the middle of the building. Store owners from many parts of the world come to Merchandise Mart. There, they can buy more than 1 million things to sell in their stores. Most of those things are furniture and decorations for homes. The Merchandise Mart is also the home of the World Book Encyclopedia of Childcraft, the How and Why Library. Birds are sold on Sundays in the Grand Place of Brussels, Belgium. The Grand Place in Brussels, Belgium. Food, flowers, and birds. You might expect to find a market outdoors where people sell food or flowers, but would you expect to find a market that changes from a food market into a flower market during the week and then becomes a bird market on Sunday? That's the kind of market you'd find in the Grand Place in Brussels, Belgium. People hustle about buying and selling food during the morning. By afternoon, the food is sold, and that's when the Grand Place turns into a flower market. You can see and smell flowers everywhere in the Grand Place. And on Sunday mornings, the air fills with the songs of birds. That's right, the Grand Place becomes a market where you can buy a bird on Sundays. The Grand Place becomes a marketplace long before the first pilgrims landed in America. Beautiful gold-trimmed buildings line the marketplace, and at night the buildings are flooded with lights that make the Grand Place look like a golden fairyland. Mexican Market Day. The village square buzzes with excitement. It's market day. People gather from miles around. They have come to buy and sell the products they make and grow. Sun-ripened fruits and fresh vegetables are spread on the ground. So are dried beans and corn. Some people make and sell clay, pottery, or cloth. Others sell baskets, brooms, and toys they have made from straw and reeds. And if anyone is hungry, there's sure to be someone making and selling tortillas. These are flat, thin pancakes made of ground corn. Bargaining is an old custom in Mexico's markets. Buyers and sellers use certain words and gestures that are part of the game. But the first customer of the day always gets what he wants at the price he wants to pay. That's because the seller believes the first sale will bless the day with good luck. The people of Mexico enjoy bargaining in the market, but this is more than just a time to buy things you need or to sell the things you make and grow. Market day is also a time to see and talk to all your friends. Fresh fish. Your nose tells you when you're getting close to Billingsgate. You smell fresh fish, tons of it, for this is the main fish market of London, England. There you can find almost any kind of fish. Fresh fish is brought in from fishing ports around the coast of Great Britain. The market also imports fish from countries as far away as Japan. Long ago, the people who worked at Billingsgate used to use some mighty strong language. They cursed and snarled so much that their kind of language became known as Billingsgate. Even the term fishwife, which means a woman who sells fish, has become to mean a woman who uses coarse language. The porters of Billingsgate really use their heads as they work. They wear a special leather hat studded with brass nails on it. They carry boxes with up to 200 pounds of fish. For about 3 hours every morning, the porters load tons of fish into waiting trucks. Then the trucks speed away to make deliveries of fresh fish to shops throughout the London. A suit while you wait. If your father can't find a suit he likes in the stores, he may have to get one made by a tailor. In most places, it takes a long time to have a suit made, but in Hong Kong, your father can have a suit made in a day. Hong Kong is a busy port on the coast of China. It is not a part of China. It belongs to Great Britain. Hong Kong is a free port, which means the people do not have to pay a tax on the goods they buy there. Goods from all parts of the world come into Hong Kong to be unloaded and sold or to be reloaded and shipped somewhere else. Hong Kong is also a stopping off point for tourists. They can ride in drekkaras, buy cakes that are sold from rowboats, have suits made in one day, or buy food at night markets. Wall Street in New York City has tall buildings that rise like walls. The building with the tower is Trinity Church. Members of the New York Stock Exchange buy and sell stocks there. The theater district of Broadway in New York City is known as the Great White Way because of the many lights. Where streets are markets, in New York City, some street names have special meanings. Fifth Avenue means expensive clothes. On Fifth Avenue, you can buy all kinds of expensive clothes in store after store. Many of the stores sell only original clothes, which means the clothes are the only ones of their kind. So if you're looking for expensive clothes in New York City, you go to Fifth Avenue. Alrighty then. Broadway means theater. You can see the best plays and shows on Broadway. But a strange fact is that most Broadway theaters are not actually on Broadway. They are on streets that lead into Broadway. Madison Avenue means advertising. Most of the advertising agencies in New York City are on Madison Avenue. If you want to buy some advertising or if you know how to sell advertising, Madison Avenue is the street you want. Wall Street means stock market. One of the biggest stock markets in the world is on Wall Street. There you can buy and sell stocks and bonds of businesses from all over the world. Floating markets. If you go shopping in Bangkok, Thailand, you don't have to shop in a store. You can shop on a boat. The boats are called sampans, and they float on the Chao Phraya River, Chao Phraya River, which flows through the city of Bangkok. The merchants sell salt, rice, charcoal, medicines, coconuts, clothing, and souvenirs. These floating markets of Bangkok do double duty. After a merchant sells his goods, you might see him using his sampan to deliver mail to homes or take children to school. Floating markets got started in Bangkok because long ago there were only a few roads. People had to travel by boat. Even though Bangkok now has roads, many people of Thailand still shop at floating markets. Cheese for sale. If you like cheese, you'd love Alkmaar. It's the most famous cheese market in the Netherlands. Truckloads of cheese arrive in Alkmaar early Friday morning. The trucks come from around the city of Edam. That's where the cheese is made, which is why it's called Edam cheese. In the clock tower of the Way House, a wooden trumpeter raises his horn, and horsemen appear. They thrust out their swords each time the clock strikes. After 10 thrusts, they disappear. It's 10 o'clock. Time for the cheese sale to begin. Merchants test the cheese and farmers quote prices. When a sale is made, the porters take over. The white suits and colorful straw hats flash in the sun as they pack the cheese on large, rocker shaped barrows. The colored hats and barrows show which company the porters work for. The porters work in pairs. They load up to 80 rounds of cheese on a barrow. Then they hook their harnesses to the barrow and run to the weigh house. After being weighed, the cheese is sent on its way. You'll find Edam cheese at the grocery store. It's good. Where battles were fought. I'll read this section next from page 269. Hold on. Thank you.